So I got a homie who's a little stressed. Got some stuff going on like we all do. Short story is, we were discussing someone in the family who has a drug addiction, a drug problem. Most of us can relate to that, whether it's us personally or somebody in our family. But this person has started, I'm assuming, smoking meth. That's what most people do with it. And got themselves jammed up, supposedly, and this is like third-party stories, but the gist of the story is this person started smoking meth, hanging out with the wrong people, doing the wrong shit, and of course one thing leads to another, wound up in jail. The charges, I don't know specifically, but from what I hear, somebody stabbed somebody, resisted arrest, and now is jammed up with the popo. So my dude was a little bit sad, been a little bit sad, and the typical things that everybody goes through. You know, this person needs help, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, we'll just put them in fucking rehab, and the family's not doing enough to help, yada yada, all the same shit that everybody goes through. So I'm trying to tell my dude, based off of my previous experience of, one, using drugs, and two, being in relationships with people who are using drugs, whether that's friends, boyfriends, people I live with, people I'm close to and don't live with, drug use in my family, and just what I've seen being around situations like that. I'm trying to tell my dude, I'm like, look, bro, this is a grown-ass motherfucker, and you can't make people do what you want them to do. If this person wanted to get themselves clean, if this person wanted to do better, they could. And I understand that this person may be a little behind, a little slower than others. Had some fucked up shit happen in their life, which we all do. Parents addicted to drugs, which happens to quite a few people. This is not an off-the-wall fucking situation. I have sympathy for all of that. That said, you can only let those situations control you for so long, and your life is your decision, your choice, and what you make it. Now, this person, my homie, who's struggling with this issue with her family member, is they both grew up in similar situations, right? Parents addicted to drugs, not the best kind of family living situation. Nobody I know is rich. Well, a couple people, but not this person. Didn't have the best life growing up. Now you look at these two situations. You got one that went off the rails. Then you have another one that got their shit together, doesn't get in trouble, doesn't do drugs, just very kind of straight and narrow type of person, versus one who just is out here fucking. And shit happens when you're on meth, dude. You fucking hallucinate all kinds of shit. Your boy was not in the right state of mind. And I got sympathy for all of that. But at the same time, I'm trying to explain to my homie, like, this is not your place to fix this man's life. You bail this dude out. If he wants to go back to doing drugs and using, that's what he's going to do. You can't put him in a rehab. You can't force him to stay in a rehab. No one can make a grown-ass man or a grown-ass woman do shit. Once you grow, that's your decision. Whether the family wants to throw all this money, let's say that you could pay for this fucking place for a month, for a year. Everything paid for. This motherfucker just gotta go. If he don't want to go, if she don't want to go, they ain't gonna do it. They might go and check in and they're like, fuck this shit is lame. And they'll take off. Or maybe they'll go through the whole program and then they get back to their normal life with their normal friends or whatever, and they just ain't ready to have that discipline, to have that responsibility, to manage that kind of life. It's hard for some people, just like people who go to jail. People go to jail and then they get out and they're just like, fuck this. It's way easier to do it like that. You know, to have people tell you what to do all the time. It sounds crazy, but it really fucking happens. So I'm trying to tell my dude, you know, even bailing this guy out, bailing him out, you know, he's gonna make his own decisions. It's nobody's responsibility. It's not hers. It's not the family's. It's nobody's responsibility to take care of this dude or get him on the right track. And you can't get him on the right track. Moving with another family member, moving to another area, dude, I've done it. I thought that you could move away from it, but fucking drugs are everywhere, bro. People are gonna do what they want to do. People will find a way to do what they want to do. If someone wants something bad enough, they'll find a fucking way to get it done. Whether that's a good way or a bad way. But I've moved multiple times trying to fucking move myself from out of a situation into a better situation, and you fucking can't. You can't, and you can't control other people. I moved fucking far away, 30 minutes away, 40 minutes away, an hour away, moved to fucking different counties. It doesn't change. People are gonna do what they want to do. They'll make that drive. They'll find that ride. They'll hop on Palmtran. They'll ride a bus. Some people would rather be fucking homeless and doing that shit every day than, you know, dealing with this shit at work, dealing with having to pay bills. It's just, that's a choice. And it's nobody's fault, because bad shit happens to everybody, and it's all about reactions. It's all about cause and effect and how you manage that. When you're a child, you have no control over certain things, but as an adult, you have a lot more control. And I lose sympathy for people who take advantage, which is what drug addicts do, right? They take advantage of people. They take advantage of the kindness, and it changes a person. It makes you weak. It makes you pathetic. It makes you soft. It makes you incapable of handling basic shit, of normal functions. And the longer and longer you do that, the worse it is. It brings your confidence down. And personally, I've never been addicted to drugs to the point where I've gotten myself sick or I've gone through withdrawal or anything like that. But I have done drugs enough to where I did shady shit. I stole from people. I robbed people. I lied to people. I treated people like shit. I burnt a bunch of bridges. And everybody, the whole rock bottom thing, everybody gets to a certain point where they're like, dude, this fucking life just, I want something different. The grass is always greener. You do that life and you're like, oh, fuck this, fuck that. And it's nice to not fucking care, dude. It is really nice to not give a shit about anything. But that also gets old. It gets super old to have people not trust you. It gets super old to have your fucking family look at you, or just society look at you in a negative fucking manner. And I just got tired of it, dude. I got tired of it, and it took a very long time to convince people that I was not the person that I was at that time. And a lot of people just don't want to go through the hardship that you have to do to get yourself back to where you were. Because you can fuck up one time, dude. You could be a great person, fuck up one time, and everybody's just like, you remember that one time? They don't say, oh, you remember she did this and she did that and it was so amazing and what a nice person. It's that one fuck up. Negativity sticks in your mind more than positivity does. So for anybody out there who is dealing with it, who's going through it, who's got somebody in their family going through it, and you're sitting up at night and you just feeling bad, don't fucking feel bad, dude. Feel grateful. Feel grateful and be appreciative of the life that you got, because you could be in that motherfucker's shoes. That easily could have been you. One fucking wrong decision, dude. And given this situation, you know, you got someone who's fucked up, you worried about your family, y'all fucking sad and shit, you start drinking, then you start drinking more, that shit starts affecting your life. I don't know, maybe you start taking fucking Xanax or something because you can't sleep, your anxiety's all up, you're all worried and shit, and then there you go, bro, you in the same motherfucking boat. It's that fucking easy for it to happen to you, just like it was that easy for it to happen to that motherfucker. You You try a little something, it makes you feel good, and you get addicted to that feeling of feeling good, of not caring, not worrying. You know, it's very easy. It's a slippery slope. And there's some people who won't get addicted, and there's some people just one time, that's fucking it. Because they just want it so bad, a different life, a different feeling. And every time I see shit like that, I feel bad. I feel some sort of sympathy. But I also remember my life experience and what I went through personally myself with my drug use, and what I went through trying to help other people. And you'll fucking kill yourself trying to help other people, dude. You'll put yourself in a bad spot. You'll fuck your life up. Those people, they'll take everything you got without a fucking second thought. Without a first fucking thought. So anytime I see shit like that, I just sit back. I count my lucky stars. I count my blessings. I appreciate the life that I got. I appreciate the relationships that I have, the way I'm viewed now versus the way I was viewed at a certain point in my life. And you just hope for the best, bro. There's people out there every fucking day changing their lives. There's people out there every fucking day being better people. It's all about changing your mindset. It's all about putting some fucking effort in. It's all about sucking it up and doing what is hard. And then once you do what's hard for so long, for a certain period of time, it becomes easy. It's just like lying. When you first start lying, you're like, oh, I gotta think of this, I gotta think of that. But then after you start lying for so long, bro, you just end up lying and you ain't even know you lying. It's just fucking spews out of your mouth. It's the same thing about being a good person, about telling the truth. Once you start being a good person, once you start telling the truth, it becomes habitual. It becomes hard to lie. It becomes hard to be fucking negative for no reason at all. It becomes hard to not see where you were, how bad it was, and how different it is, and to see the change in between, and to appreciate that change. Because as much fun as I had in my fucking teen years and my 20s, and all the stories I have to tell, fucking wild stories, crazy stories, times I should have fucking died, times I should have fucking gone to jail, times I went to jail, the shit that I did going to jail, the shit I did in jail. You know, I got some good stories. But I would not for $1 million fucking dollars go back to my teen years. I would not go back to my early 20s. I like my quiet life. I like my simple life. I like my responsible life. I like my, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it life. I like people asking me to help them. I like people borrowing my shit because I have shit to fucking borrow and they don't. Not that I like that people don't have shit, but I like that I have shit and I am able to help people because they don't have shit. You just got to be fucking grateful, man. Because with a roll of a dice, that could be fucking you in jail right now with them charges, and that is not a life you want. I got to get in here to work to my simple life. Y'all have a great day, and appreciate it, bro.